Hello everyone, welcome on back to Survival Challenge. Alright, so I did get 3 bags of solid fertilizer and 3 pallets of seeds bought. Like I said, I was going to buy those, so yeah. The goal is for today, we have obviously 2 fields and we're going to try to get both of those plowed up and planted today. That's kind of the ultimate goal. And yeah, then next month we'd probably have to do the second layer of fertilizer on those fields. It's just like yesterday, or last month, I guess. Foggy is all get-go right in here. Hopefully it's not too bad at the farm. But, then we'll probably have to go, like, the next month, maybe a month after. We'll have to get some things sold, because it'll be almost winter time. Kind of a important month. We're looking at making a ton of money at the current moment, so yeah, we can go up here, which would be nice. Be nice. Let's drop that for now. And we'll need the plow, of course, so we can actually plant the fields. Which is going to be kind of interesting, because the new drill I kind of want is a direct drill. So if we don't need to plow it beforehand, I might still do it, because we don't have weeds then. So it's kind of tempting to still do it just to avoid that. Maybe it's not the greatest thing, but it's better than having to buy a hoe or some sort of sprayer or something, that is for certain. I did want to show everything. Right now that we have to probably sell, we have $39,000 of oats. It's probably going to be close to $40,000 in peas this winter. Obviously, long planks, we'll still get another pallet or two to spawn, so we're probably looking at 20 grand there. We're looking at making some really good money this winter. Shouldn't take too long to get these fields plowed, but yeah, tons and tons of money to come. It's one of those things. I'm not quite sure if we'll, stick with doing the plow. It's nice, obviously, we don't gotta spend any money on getting rid of the weeds outside of just some time. I'm sure a hoe would be better, it'd be a lot quicker. It's wider too. Long term, I think you'd want a sprayer. Obviously width wise and stuff. Let's see. Where are the... Yeah, hoe's 12.4 meters, so it's... I want to say this is like an 8 meter plow, so we're talking good 4 meters extra. So it's tempting, and honestly we could do even a weeder if we really wanted to. We just have to do the first stage. Not too bad. Obviously sprayers they're expensive. They're expensive. $30,000 is the cheapest option, so it's tough to figure out something to get rid of weeds outside of a plow right now. It's kind of nice. Oh, it's 6 meters, so it would be double if we did use the hoe. So it's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's good to use right now. I mean, obviously it's certainly better than having a bunch of weeds in your field. Obviously, in the here and now, it's kind of going to be a little bit annoying, especially with a direct drill, and you're just like, kind of wish I could just, drill this real quick, but it'll be one of the cheaper options for weed protection. I don't think it hurts the yield too much, right? 97% yield bonus, so it's basically max. The little bit that's missing would be it not being rolled. So it won't be too bad right now, but obviously once we get like more land and stuff, it's gonna be probably a little bit much to use a plow. You know, maybe once we get to that point, we'll look into getting something bigger. Obviously, herbicide does hurt the yield a little bit. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to get a hoe or a larger weeder and get into it right away. You just gotta make sure you have the time after planting to get it weeded immediately. As far as I know, weeders really only work like first month. Some crops I might work in the second, but I've primarily, at least in 22, only had luck in the very first month, like the same month as planting. Maybe it's a little bit different here, but kind of weird though. In 22, I almost always used a sprayer for weeds basically all the time, but it's tough to justify when you're losing yield and it's gonna be more money. I'm sure once like precision farming and stuff comes out, those mods, well, kind of a mod, free expansion, I guess. I'm sure like when that stuff kind of comes out, yeah, we might then do it just because we'll have the environmental bonus on top of that, where it's like, well, that kind of makes up for a little bit less of a yield. Yeah, I don't think it matters too much for yield in there. It's different, and precision farming is a little bit different. It's spot and spray, so it's, you don't really use any herbicide on it. I don't quite know when that's coming. I believe they said it was Q3 or was it Q2? Might have been Q2. Seems about right. Right now we're in technically Q1. Q1 I think starts March. Right? March 31st starts. Or April 1st it starts. In business sense, the year starts. Whether they're talking about that or not, I don't know, but maybe we're looking at it in a couple of months. It's nice they confirmed it at least. It was one of my favorite things in 22. You'll spend a little bit extra work and you get a better yield out of it. More money as well. It'd be tough to not be fine with that, so. Alright, that field is done. Still not to the point in this field where I would say we'll extend it or anything. Like I said, it's gonna be, when we do, it's gonna kind of extend back here. So it's a fairly sizable upgrade. Other oak trees back here kind of sitting in here. I don't want to go too far up in the hill. There's quite a few smaller trees. A lot of those will go to the sawmill. Nice part is when we do buy a lane, it'll probably be this piece up here. And really the only trees is just that little island in there. So it's not too bad. Probably can't tell on the map. Yeah, probably can't tell on the map. And they'll basically straight just be fields, I think. Long term, obviously, maybe we'll take from some of the fields, which maybe we'll take from one of these fields instead. It'll take to kind of put a production there or something. Well, I think I'll just do a short little time lapse. We'll get this field all plowed up. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done. Alright, so just like that, we are done here. Look at this little bit down here that was missed. Just so we can get the whole thing planted. There we go. Now we got both the fields ready to be planted now. Now what crop I'm going to put in there, I'm probably going to put oats, honestly. It's not a bad crop to do, it's really not. And the other options would be like barley or something. Obviously it's going to be a while until we can really sell these crops regardless. Based off of price, I'm kind of leaning towards oats. Of the options that we have, at least. Yeah, what's the other options? Canola? We could. It would line up alright, actually. Canola would not be bad. Yeah, canola would line up. I think it's like a 10-month growth time? 11-month growth time? And I want to say it's highest in November-ish. November, December. Then that would be ready and we'd have our larger planter by then, and we can probably do like soybeans in these and kind of get some sort of summer crop to sell. Yeah, we're going to do canola. I mean, I wouldn't be completely against even, pretty sure there's some small mills, right? Yeah, 20 grand. I don't know what's different with them, but 20 grand for the smallest one. That wouldn't be too bad. Probably how fast they go. Probably what it is. So that's something we'll have to maybe keep in mind. Maybe for 20 grand, we could potentially make some more money. But at the same time, we probably won't do that much for canola unless we do flour. Could do like sorghum flour, oat flour, which would be a decent net positive. We have a little bit of time to think about it, so. Now we'll see how canola is. We shouldn't really need that many seeds then, actually, because canola uses basically nothing for seeds. I know they raised it like early on in the game in an update, and it still doesn't use that much. I just remember, I think it would have been Riverbend was our first series. I think I planted canola. And I used like 10 liters in a fairly good sized field. I'm just like, what? Is that a bug? I know they raised it and you still don't use a ton. Compared to the other crops, at least. Well, I think I'll probably just go ahead and start with time lapse. We'll probably finish this field, and honestly, I might just do that one in the same one. Get them both done real quick. So I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
He was burning up, Now the sun gone down, lights in the distance, a forgotten town. No, I'm on my way. Oh, I'm on my way. So stand on the edge of the world with me.
Alright, so we are just about done here. I'll double check to make sure everything is nicely painted. Yeah, no missing spots or anything. Yeah, it looks good. Now's the time to do that, so. Now I might grab our actually, no, I probably... Do I want to? But I wanted to grab the trailer just to cut some trees down and bring it to the sawmill. I don't know. Well, this one tree right here is going to get cut down. I just realized it's kind of right in the middle of the way. This one would make sense just to get cut down now. We'll have to unload the trailer at some point, but... not a like needed item to get done right away. And there's a couple of bushes. These bushes I was gonna probably take down too. As nice as they can look, I also don't think you'd be driving through them if you were driving a tractor or something. You just scratch the paint right off. So I think at least the ones on this side of the river. That goes pretty quick. Eventually, also, we'll probably get some sort of road going down the way that I have been driving. Down this way. Just not right now, this second. But a road would make sense going down this way. Especially once you get, some fields out this direction. This will be a fairly used path at that point. You'll be going through here all the time with trailers and combines and stuff. To really get a little bit better of a path. I'm not going to make the road yet, like I said, but at some point it's going to make more sense to kind of get some trees and stuff cut right in here, there to get some sort of path going. Might be easiest probably with a trailer, honestly. These aren't like large amounts of wood, really. Really, we'd have a pretty straight shot coming into here if we just take some of these bushes down, really. I wish I could just, like, carry 2 with super strength. That would make this a lot easier. I think I'll only take care of this one on camera. The other ones I'll just do off camera. The other probably 1 or 2 there. We have taken quite a bit of tree coverage down. Like this direction, I don't think we'll cut any more this way. Basically right on the other side of this mountain, there's some more trees, I think, and bushes. Like I said, though, I just want some tree coverage around here. I think it looks nice kind of to drive in here and this just opens up into a large farm. I think that would look look pretty nice. Just, you know, it's part of the long-term plan. Long-term plan. One thing you don't always consider when you're, you know, obviously in Survival Challenge, you're kind of building out the farm yourself. You don't kind of have a pre-template or anything from, like, a map maker. It's, you kind of just pick whatever you want, and you try to figure out what makes sense, what looks the best. Well, outside of Survival Challenge 1, that one I know kind of took what they kind of had and built it into what I needed. But in the last Survival Challenge, that basically, you know, all was made myself, so I think for the most part I've done a fairly good job at trying to come up with something that looks good, is also, you know, functional. We literally got like 1,000 liters of wood from that. I did notice that this actually stacks automatically. That's kind of nice. So it'll keep stacking up as we have them spawn. Which there should be another one spawned next month easily. I should take these bushes down. Alright, there we go. That looks better. That looks better. So, we took care of a bunch right there. There's still obviously a decent amount throughout the farm, but I think I definitely do want to try to get rid of some of those bushes as we go. I'll see. We're kind of working on a little bit of a path down there. At least a clearing for the time being, and then eventually we'll actually make a path. Just, you know, I'm trying to avoid spending too much money right now. As much as we're doing alright, it's just I try to avoid it so we can spend on other things. Like equipment or land. Yeah, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.